Sisters and buddies, welcome back to my channel. It's dinner time again. So if you're a new subscriber, I want to say thank you for showing up and welcome to my channel. And if you've been with me since day one, it's dinner time again. So on tonight, I've been watching YouTube videos and doing research. So there's this whole roasted chicken thing that's going on right now on YouTube. So I went to Walmart and I got one of these whole roasted chickens. And I'm not going to promise to eat the whole thing, but I'm definitely going to eat as much as I can because I'm super hungry right now. And then just to break the monotony, I got a little bit of broccoli on the side of that chicken. And then to drink, I just have some iced tea. And a little bit of water. Y'all know how I get down. So we're just going to have dinner and have a little bit of conversation. So let's get into it. Now, I bought this chicken from Walmart, but you know, the chickens from Walmart, like sometimes they skin be a little loose. I don't know what you call, ooh, that's hot. I don't know what you call it, loose skin, but I decided for me, I was going to put a little bit of that, put the chicken into some grease and fry the skin off so it'll be just a little crunchy because I like crunchy chicken. Even when I bake my chicken, I'll put the foil on it and then let it cook all the way through and then crisp it on the outside because I do not like loose chicken skin, but that is good. Ooh, so hot. I got a little bit of hot sauce. You know, my Trappies. I like the little Trappies hot sauce because it's vinegary and delicious. So, whew, hot. Mm. Mm. That is good. So moist. I got my broccoli right here on the side. So you know, I gotta put a little bit of that tahini on it. Spice it up a little bit. Mm. That's very good too. Very hungry today. Mm. So, based on a couple of conversations I've been having the last few days, I decided so good. The chicken is so good. So, based on conversations that I've been having the last few days, I decided that tonight's topic would be on just knowing when to let go in a relationship. I had conversations with a couple of different people that have been having relationship struggles, and it took me back, to the times when, not for nothing, but I was at a crossroads. Like, should I continue to do this or should I go ahead and let this thing go? And sometimes that's a pivotal moment. Like, it's a hard moment to decide after everything you've been through and how much effort you put into it, that now it's really time to let this thing go. You have emotions involved. You might have time invested in it. And really, you don't know if it's the right thing to do to give it a little bit more time, or go ahead and move on from it. And listen, I'm not one to give relationship advice at all. Like, if someone asks me, I try to give a biased opinion, or should I say a non-biased opinion, based upon things that they told me. But try not to get too involved, because like, to date, I have not had a successful relationship. So, you know, my stance on that is this: just because you've had a successful surgery does not make you a surgeon. Like, you might know what it is from where you've been through, but that does not make you an expert on the situation. So, I really try not to give advice. So when people call me and, they're asking me things, like, I try to be helpful and take people's feelings into consideration and be sensitive to how they feel at that moment. But telling you what to do, I'm not going to do that. Mainly because in all these years of my life, I feel like I have not had a successful relationship. And or what my idea is of a successful relationship. And when I think successful relationship, I think about, growing old, children sitting on the porch, rocking chairs, you know, bitter arguments and things that, don't change you, but you really ain't going nowhere. So it's just what it is. You know what I mean? So until I've had that, like, I try not to give advice on those type of things because really I know nothing about it. When I have, questions or things that I may be going through, I have a friend and she's been married to her husband for a lot of years. I don't know how many years it is realistically counting, but I know like their youngest child is like 28 years old. And I want to say they've been together for like 35, 40 years, but I may be exaggerating, but I think that's what it is. And when I need advice about a successful relationship, I ask her because, she's been through, the ringer with him. At one point, she was telling me she was thinking about divorce, and I was super sad because, together, I know them together, and at some point she was like, well, his are grown, this, that, and the third, and I'm thinking about divorce. And I'm like, wow, at what point do you decide? And she said, it's going to sound really cheesy because it sounded cheesy to me when she said it, but then when I took it into account, for myself, I realized it was a real thing. Like she said, she's seen this on a Tyler Perry movie. And, not for nothing, I'm going to have to go back and watch that movie because I don't remember it. But she said at some point she made a list of all the things that were irritating about him. And then all the things that she loved about him. And then not for nothing, took that list to him and, the things that he was willing to work on, and then that's why they've been successful because he saw the things that were irritating her, and then he thought to himself, these are the things that are, maybe irritating about you that are making us drift apart, and then together they, formed a conglomeration where they were like, these are the things that we're going to work on in order to stay together, and that's why their relationship has been successful. And I thought, man, that's a beautiful thing. Communication. Not for nothing, but those of us that are out here single in the scene, like, we want to be owned so bad or be a part of something so bad that, somebody is saying the right things at the right moment and we're like, we're floating on that cloud, and then we find ourselves collared to it in a relationship with somebody that we don't even know. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta take that time to like ask these questions and get to know these people before we, commit to them and agree to serve them or whatever else is gonna come out of the relationship. You gotta take that time to get to know them. So it got me to thinking. Not for nothing, it goes back to vetting. Like, I spent enough time alone and on my own to know that there are certain things about me that may be intolerable for some people. You know what I'm saying? So these are the things that I bring out into the open. Like, let's take my last relationship. For instance, like one of his biggest things was me and carrots. Like that sounds like it's nothing, but at the end of the day, like, we go out to eat or whatever, and then I order a garden salad. And then I spend 10, 15 minutes picking carrots out of salad. And it got annoying to him, like, he's already halfway through his meal and I'm still picking carrots out of salad. And he's like, just eat the freaking carrots. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I could order another salad, like, Caesar salad or something like that. But Caesar salads are boring. Like, they have croutons and, romaine lettuce. And, like, I like a garden salad because it has all the other things in it, but I really don't like carrots. So, my compromise in that situation was eat the dang carrots. Is it going to kill you to eat a few carrots? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? But, unless you're allergic to them or something like that, if you just don't like carrots, it may be, a wise compromise to just eat a few carrots. To get rid of the tension. And then there's other things like, not for nothing, but I freaking snore. And when I say I snore, like, it is literally like two bears wrestling up in here at night. Like, I freaking snore. Like, I've had my kids, my family, I've had neighbors. Like, people be like, dude, what? What is happening up in there? I don't know. I freaking snore. Are most people going to be able to lay next to somebody and deal with that type of loudness while they're trying to sleep? Probably not. So these are things that I put on the table, going into a relationship so people know, listen, if you want me to spend the night, you probably ain't going to get no sleep because I'm going to snore. Like, if my allergies are this bad when I'm trying to eat, imagine while I'm trying to get some sleep. It's gonna be crazy up in here, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real. So you have to look at yourself and then put these things out on the table. But when it comes to learning when to let go, like, if you are finding yourself in a relationship where it is just toxic and it's sometimes, all you guys are doing are arguing and you can't see eye to eye, like, sometimes it's just time to let it go. Like, you have to ask yourself, what do I want? What is my vision for this relationship? And then, ask them, what is their vision for this relationship? Not so much telling them what your vision is, but just finding out what their vision is, and then see if those two visions align. Because if you're over here and they're over there, like, at the end of the day, feelings aside, this relationship is not going to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to understand that in order for two people to function, like, they have to be willing to be working toward or to reach the same goal as a unit, whatever it may be. And that's hard for people, most of us, would just meet somebody and catch feelings and then jump into a relationship, and then you find yourself, a year, 2 years in, like, with the hockey sticks. You know what I'm saying? Like, this freaking sucks, and I'm, like, super unhappy, and then you can't figure out why, and it's because you didn't take the time to find out if this person is going where you're going. You know what I'm saying? That's important. And for me, attitude is like top of the freaking list. Like, I'm watching people. I'm watching their every move. Like, I've been through too much in life. So, we at a restaurant, and catch an attitude super quick with with the waitress. I'm thinking to myself like, okay, this dude is low key aggressive on the low. Or if we picking up the car from the valet, and then your patience is running low when you getting crazy, ready to talk crazy to somebody. I'm like, yeah, this dude has way too much aggression. Like, I'm not into aggression at all. I was just having this conversation with my son, like, and maybe because of the internet era, you get to see a lot of things, on World Star and all of that. But there's like this thing where girls are putting hands on dude, and then like playing the victim after they get smashed on. And I'm not really with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you initiate combat and then expect somebody not to counter, then you are a fool. Like, don't put your hands on somebody and expect them not to do nothing to you. At the same token, you're not gonna put your hands on me. Trust me, I've been through too much in my life. I got 911 on low-key speed dial. All I gotta do is swipe my phone and push a button, and the police is on the way. Like, you got me twisted. You're not finna talk to me too loud. You're not finna raise your freaking voice. You're not finna freaking, aggress me in any fashion. I'm not finna do none of that with you. Like, if we can't have a civil conversation, then we have really nothing to speak about. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like, we are two human beings. We are two adults. So we can't speak to one another in a respectful fashion, then we have nothing to say. And not for nothing, I'm not trying to say that I'm perfect, because, sometimes that button will get pushed, and then not for nothing, what I'm saying, my mouth will pop. You know what I'm saying? Where I've been from, sometimes things will fly out of my mouth before I even realize it. You know what I'm saying? But that's something that I'm working on me with. Like, I'm going to take the time to say, listen, we're both angry. This may not be the best time. Let's just go ahead and go our separate ways. And then after the storm, we can come together and, like, talk about this in an adult fashion. Like, if you can't do that in a relationship, then that's probably not where you need to be. Like, respect for yourself and respect for the other person should be like the utmost priority in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And so if you can't get that, then what are you there for? Like, you know what I'm saying? If you find yourself in a situation where you are sacrificing way more than you're getting in return, then that's probably not the relationship for you, male or female. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to prioritize about yourself. Like, it's not about being selfish, because that's a whole nother aspect. Like, you can't continuously put yourself first, but if your needs are not being met, then there's a conversation to be had in regards to what it is that's going to make you feel appreciated, loved, respected in this relationship. And then if they can't do that, then it may be time to go ahead and let that one go. Not for nothing, but a lot of times emotions will get involved, and you will allow yourself to be, manipulated, abused, and all these different things. with the what I call the rosy glasses, like you're looking through the rosy glasses of what this could be. But sometimes you got to just look at what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, what is it? Like, what am I getting out of this situation? It's crazy, but it is what it is. The iced tea is delicious. Excuse me. But anyways, so I was having a conversation with someone yesterday, and they were like, "This happened and that happened," and sometimes people see things from their point of view, and not what they brought to that situation. Like, sometimes the hardest part is, taking responsibility for what you brought to that situation. Like, this situation could go all the way to the left, but sometimes you have to be the bigger person and, like, really back in. You know what I mean? Like, I have been in that situation where, one tone of voice could have changed the whole situation, and then I made the mistake of going off of the emotion in the moment and turning something small into something like major. So sometimes you have to check yourself. It's not always about them. Sometimes it's about you. You know what I'm saying? Check your attitude, check your tone of voice, and then um, if I'm completely trying to be civil with you and completely trying to have an adult conversation and you're still taking it all the way to the left, then listen. In my mind, you're not the person. You're not the person. I'm not going to let you physically abuse me. I'm not going to let you verbally abuse me. Like, all of these things are a serious no-go. You know what I'm saying? Know what your limitations are. I said that in a previous video, but be able to stand your ground when it comes to it. And then, in addition to that, understand and know past emotions. That sometimes this situation is not for you. And it could be just, you guys drifting apart. Like, they're going this way, you're going that way, but your selfishness wants you to stay in this relationship and make this relationship work when it may not be beneficial for that person. Sometimes you just have to be the bigger person and say, look, I know this is not working. I'm going to let you go and do what you have to do, and I'm going to go over here and do what I need to do. Those are all mature and adult, decisions, to be made when it comes to relationships. Like, not for nothing, but relationships are freaking hard. It's, you got to be able to put in the work to make it work. And like every single person that I know that has been in a long-term relationship says that it's about putting in the work to make the relationship last. But at the same time, knowing and being aware of when it's just not going to work. Sometimes it's just not going to work, and that's okay too. So, I'm super full. I didn't eat a whole chicken. And to be honest, I really didn't think I would. But the roasted chicken challenge, right? I ate a half a chicken, which is still a lot of freaking chicken. Still a lot of chicken. But anyways, if you like the content on my channel, go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, tune in to when my, hit the bell so you can be the first to get the notifications when my new videos come out. I want to build this little army. Like, this is my goal right now. So everybody watching, I appreciate you for tuning in. I love you from my heart, and I want you to have a good night. Thank you for tuning in for dinner time with me, and I love you. Good night, everybody.